Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. I am Nelson, you're watching Nature Nell, and if you're new to my channel, thank you for subscribing and stopping by. Today I am bringing you a wonderful haul, and this haul is a very unique one because I went for things that I normally don't go for, like more rare, or should I say hard to find orchids, and it was at the Fort Lauderdale Orchid Society show, their 66th annual show that they do every year. They've been around for a very long time, and through the years I've developed a good friendship with John Soto, which is one of the members of the society, and he's kind of encouraged me to come and film the pre-shows, and he's a wonderful person. Thank you, John, for extending the invitation to go and cover the show. I really had a great time. I had a wonderful time with all my friends, my orchid friends. We wore our shirts. I think it was on Sunday. We weren't going to wear them, but we all decided why not? It should be fun. There was a lot of you out there wearing the shirts. There was a whole group that came in and was wearing the shirts. It looked really beautiful. Unfortunately, I wasn't there. This was on Friday, but I did get someone sent me a picture of it, and it's one of my viewers and members, Sal. How you doing, Sal? I got to say hello to you for like a quick minute because it was crazy. It was really busy over there, and I met so many of you guys. I had a great time. I met this wonderful viewer. I'm trying to remember her name because I'm terrible with names. Marlene. Sorry, Marlene. I had to like go in my files. Marlene. And had great conversations with her. It was really a very entertaining weekend with orchids and friends and viewers and vendors. I couldn't ask for anything better. As a matter of fact, my feet today hurt a lot from so much walking. I was there Thursday, Saturday, and Sunday. I was only supposed to go Thursday and Sunday, but I ended up skipping from work and going on Saturday. And it was so much fun. So today I bring you a haul based on that show. I gave you a little synopsis of it so that you can see what I brought back with me. There was some really cool vendors that I met, and I didn't take many things in bloom because what I saw that I liked wasn't really in bloom. There was only one in bloom, which is from Curl Smith, the one you see here. So we're going to start with that one because it really blew my mind. I saw this one, I believe it was Saturday. Hold on, I'm gonna raise the light here a bit. So let me see if maybe, there we go. I don't think it needs a light. It's good like that, because if I put the light, sometimes it washes it out. But anyway, this Cattleya was on the stand, and it blew my mind when I saw those colors. Look at the tones that intermix between the peach and the pink. Now, as you guys know, peach and pink lately has been a big winner for me on flowers because it's just a tone that oops, sorry, I almost slipped here. It's rainy today, by the way. It's super slippery and very wet and gloomy. But we have lots of colors to brighten up our day, including my t-shirt from the one of the Redland shows. But anyway, this flower really caught my eye. And I was surprised that by Saturday, this wasn't taken. And I asked Hayden, why hasn't that been sold? He says, I have no idea, because this one in particular is a division from Frank Smith's own personal collection. Once he said that, I said, say no more. This one needs to go home with me. And what a beautiful Cattleya. Now, the highlights are playing tricks on me here on the camera. Only because, let me see if I turn off the light. If that makes, yeah, the highlights are weird because it is a gloomy day. So it's not playing off of the colors well. But you guys can kind of see. Let me see. Let's test out this light and see if maybe by increasing it. It kind of works better. Yeah. You can really see the right in there. There's like a violet. And then around it, there's a pink. And then in here, there's peach. And then you have this fuchsia color with bright yellow labellum. Absolutely beautiful flower. And this one is called Final Touch. And let me see if you guys can I'm doing this without my glasses. I need to put my glasses on. This is final touch. I don't know if it's me or if it's on. There you go. And so this is the only one that actually I picked up at Crawlsmith. I didn't really do a lot of shopping this time around because there is Tamiami and then there's Apopka, and I don't want to go crazy. You guys know that I always go crazy throughout the season, and as much as I would like to, I really can't because my greenhouse is getting way too full to bring like those massive amount of orchids that I used to bring back in the day, which was like 50 and 60 orchids. I can't do that anymore. I have to be very selective and just pick things that are really unique and established and things that I'm really gonna add to my collection that's gonna make my collection enhance a bit more. So this one, it's my baby. I love it. Thank you, Crawlsmith. This is absolutely stunning. I don't know, whoever may have touched this and left it behind, you guys really missed out because it's a gorgeous flower. Now let me put my eyes on because I'm doing this without my eyes. And if I look tired, it's because I am tired. It was a crazy 4 days, or should I say 3 days. Now this one, I did film their sample that they had over there. It was a very unique, there you go, see now I can see it. A very unique Cattleya. It started with yellow, like a cluster of yellow. The sample they had over there actually had a cluster of one that was just starting, and then it had another cluster of it aging. So it goes, I believe, from yellow to orange, and it was incredible. And I've never seen anything like that, and I really wanted it. So when I got back there on Saturday, one of my viewers and good friend, Alejandro, he's like, where was that flower that transitioned from yellow to orange? And I couldn't remember, and he found it. It was in J&J. As a matter of fact, here's their information. It was J&J. I'm going to turn this off for now. Reina, the vendor that is very well-rounded in growing orchids, that she did the Orchid Circus with us. If you guys watch my Orchid Circus video, she actually gave an incredible educational talk on my video, and it was really good. She knows orchids really well, and she was the one carrying these. She's the only one that was carrying these, and I don't know if they have any more. You can reach out to her and see if she can get more, but this is a prize winner. I was so happy. It's such a healthy plant. Look at those leaves. Beautiful plant. And as always, they stake everything, and I'm a fan of this. I've been doing it for my orchids a lot lately. Now this one, it's two of them. This is from, oh my god, I just had, oh, here's a card. Oh well, you won't be able to read it. Anyways, White Plains Orchid. Now if you guys know White Plains Orchid is from New York, and they carry super unique things. Like his table didn't have any blooms, but what he had was so cool. And this is one that I've been looking for, but it's not really the one I was looking for. I think it's even better. It's the Jiminy Cricket, but it's a cross of Jiminy Cricket. You know, I'm gonna pull this out because they tape it to the leaf, with the Taiwan Big Lip. Now I'm gonna show you the two because I don't have the actual picture. The gentleman that was there working at the table, he had pictures of the actual flower, but I got two simply because, and this is actually the size. I got two of them. Oops, I don't want to drop it. These are, when you get orchids that are very long like this and they put them in a little vase, as soon as you get home, put them in something because they will continue tipping over and over. I'm going to be putting these on my tamarind wood. The branches that I've been cutting and altering to do sort of mounts, because the wood is really good. And I ended up sharing some with one of the members of the AOS, Jackie. She wanted one really bad. I'll put a picture right there. She already did it. Literally the next day, she goes, look how good it looks. So I gave her one. She wanted one really bad, and I gave I gave a couple of people, I can't remember right now. Oh, I gave John Soto, I think 1 or 2. So John, when you mount those branches, I like to see it because I would like to share it with my viewers. And I thought this would be a great one to mount, maybe on just a thick branch, and kind of create like this and this shape on both sides. And hopefully, I mean, the flowers will all be the same. But the thing about this cross, especially this one, he was telling me that the seedlings, they all come out kind of different, but pretty much the same shape. It's like that brassavola. It looks like an overgrown brassavola, but then a very big lip. And some of them have the pink lip, some of them have more of a peachy. But either way, I don't care. I don't care. I love these leaves that are so long like this. He told me I can hang them down, I can hang them up, however I want. It doesn't matter. He says they're gonna do well. So this was one that I really, really enjoyed. It was the first thing I bought when I got there. I think it was Saturday. And lo and behold, it was $10 each. So for 20 bucks, I got these 2 great orchids. His prices were excellent. Laz spent pretty much the whole weekend at that table buying and also selling. He has this thing where I think his alter ego is an orchid salesman, and he's good at it too. So he did help White Plains sell several of their orchids there. And they even gifted him one that he really wanted in appreciation for his work. And very nice gentleman. I don't know his name. I think he told me his name. He's in Seattle. Now this came, I didn't purchase this. This came from John Soto. This was a gift bag that he gave me when I received there. And it had this orchid. It had a bunch of trinkets and very thoughtful things inside, like clippers, a little candle, a measuring tape, which I love measuring tapes. I have like 6 in my drawer, but that one is for the pocket and it's perfect. So thank you, John, for that. This is a Joy Sokabi Volcano Queen RLC Lavender. Oh boy, hold on. I don't know why. I think it's because it's so gloomy today that it's over blasting the highlights. I don't know. It usually does that when it's sunny, but yeah, you can kind of read it. So anyways, the photo's there because I had to look it up. And again, I think I'm going to do this one on one of my tamarind branches. The reason I'm putting so many on tamarind branches is because I have no space. So when you put them on a tamarind branch or in any mount, you can just hang them, and it really, really doesn't take up any space in your greenhouse. So this one is another one, a catlia that I can't wait to see bloom. The flower looks absolutely beautiful. This little tiny one, again, it's from White Plains Orchids. And this one I got on Sunday, I believe. Here's the name. It's a long name. Actually, it's a cross. So this one is a beautiful, beautiful Schomburgkia, or Myrmecophila. Is that how they had it here? Myrmecatlia. So this one is a gorgeous one. It's white with that beautiful, rich, I think it's pinkish red labellum. And Laz talked me into getting this. He had got one, and then when I went Sunday, he's like, "Oh, are you sure you don't want one of these? You should take one of these, because Schomburgkias do very well here in my property. As a matter of fact, most of mine right now are spiking and in bloom." So this one is going to be a new addition to my Schomburgkia. I love it that the leaves are short. They're not very big. It doesn't take a lot of space. And I think I paid $20 for this. I think that's what I paid. So White Plains Orchid, kudos to you for having great quality, super cool and unique orchids. And then on top of that, you're not breaking the bank on us. You know, you're being very fair on the prices. So if you guys go to any show and there's White Plains Orchid, check them out. They have really, really good prices. You get a lot for your buck. And what I like is that all their plants were immaculate, super green, not spotted, very well taken care of. Now, this one came from Marlene. Now, Marlene, she was telling me she's a doctor. She's also an orchid enthusiast. She has she showed me some pictures of beautiful pool area screened in with gorgeous Orchids Everywhere. And she says, I want to give you a gift. So I can't remember where she got this. I think, was it Mac Orchids maybe? Or Lots of Orchids? I think it was Mac Orchids. And this is a very unique anosmum. Look at the leaves, how short and round they are. Now it doesn't have, it just says Dendrobium anosmum regular. Unfortunately, I don't have a picture of what the flower looks like, but she tells me, she goes, I know you don't have this one. She goes, I watch every single one of your videos and I've never seen this there. So I want to give you something that you don't have. So thank you so much. Number one, for being thoughtful and generous. And number two, for actually finding something so unique that I can add to my collection. Because like I said, that's what I'm in for it now. And this is definitely one of those that I can't wait. Now, you know what I'm going to do with this? Tamarind wood. But this one, it calls for it. Come on, look at this. It's perfect. And they love to hang this way. So I can't wait to see this bloom because it's going to be a surprise for me. Now let me see where I can put it. You know, I'm going to put it up here for now. Oh, that looks really good there. Can you guys see it? Let me see. Yeah, it looks really good there. I think it's going to stay there for a while. I don't think I'm going to hang it on tamarind wood. I really, really like the way that cascades there. Now, this was a double gift. This orchid was a gift from the Orchid Den. I don't know, I love saying it like that. It just sounds, you know, Josh is such a dude that it's like, you have to say it like that. So he gave me this as a gift. I fell in love with this flower. Let me see if it's white. So white gets blasted. There we go. Look how gorgeous that flower is. Maybe with the light, you get a better. Yeah. Let me see. There we go. Look at that, how pretty. And the health on these flowers. Really, really nice. Now, he did had several of these, but I think by the end of the show, he sold out. Sunny Vista crossed with Duno Kayla. I do know it's pretty. So when he gave me this, I was with Roxy, and I think Roxy got one too. Most of us got one because we're all, you know, our group is sort of like, we're like a sorority. And so when we like something a lot, everybody gets one. And then we kind of like, in our thread, we kind of like exchange. Excuse me. It's very humid today. Let me see. Yeah, this is better. And in our threads where we talk, we always share how our orchids are doing and who's bloomed first. And, you know, it's friendly competition. So Roxy calls me over to her booth and she says, come here, I want to show you something. So she shows me this amazing, I think this one needs a like so you can see the effect. Let me see. Do you guys see it shimmer with that blue? I don't know if you can see it there. This is black and blue shimmer glitter, I guess. But, oh man, I don't think it registers very well on film. Man, that's a shame. Because this is her new design. They look like thimbles or cones. And I love this little design. Now, for you guys that don't know, Roxy is the person in charge of selling the Bubblies and Orchid shirts online. And she's also selling them at the shows. So if you guys are at the shows, you may not have to order it online. Just go to the booth and see if she has your size. I know that she had several at this show and she will have more at Tam Miami. She told me she got extra ones for Tam Miami. So if you guys want to pass by there and pick up a shirt, go right ahead and then we can take pictures at the show. She told me that she actually designs everything. Because some people see printing, like 3D printing, like, well, the machine's doing it. That's not really true. It's like photography, right? Yeah, when you take a picture, the camera's taking the picture, but the eye is the creative part of it, is the artistic side. So the artistic side, is her design and coming up with new ideas. And she's like me. Her creative juices are always flowing. She never runs out. So this is her new stuff. I fell in love with it a while ago. Haven't been able to cover her because she goes to some of these Ophi shows only on Saturday. And I finally got to see them, and she tells me, "You really like it?" I go, "I love it. I love the whole glittery of the blue. It looks very magical and very midnight, sexy, right? It's like a sexy pot." And she goes, "Good, because it's yours." So when she goes, "I think it will go good with the new orchid that Josh just gave you." And it's funny that when she said that, I was already thinking, "Oh my God, that'll look great with the white," because of the white flower and the dark, that contrast. Beautiful. I literally just placed it in there with a little bit of styrofoam just to hold it for displaying. But I'm eventually going to take it out of the pot, and then you know what, I may not, because I've done this before, and it grows very well. So in some cases with Roxy's 3D pots, you could just put the pot inside like this, see? And what happens is the roots will start coming out and attaching, and they do wonderful. You don't stress the orchid. The orchid does not care whether it's in the pot or out the pot. I think it actually enjoys the fact that you don't mess with the roots and move anything around. So I think I'm just gonna leave it like that, because my Annie Belle, that's exactly how I did it. I just put the pot on top, and all the roots grew on the outside, and it's doing wonderful. It's actually, the one on the top is doing the best of all the orchids because I didn't disturb the roots. So thank you, Roxy, for my cone pot. I so love it. Truly, truly love this. This is beautiful. It's so sophisticated. So, and you guys know I like to add a little bit of color to my greenhouse. And when things are not in bloom, this adds color, this adds dimension, and super, super excited about this. Now, you know what? Let me put it here because I don't want it to fall. Now, last but definitely not least, and this is a treat because I was able to put it on one of my tamarind branches, so I can show you guys as an example. This comes from Backyard Blooms, and I always get dendrobiums from them. They always have these amazing new dendrobiums and new crosses that they get. And they had just gotten some shipped in. They were literally pulling them out of the box that Thursday that I was there filming the pre-show. And when I saw this with Terry, I was like, oh my God, I need one of those. And if you guys look at the video of Thursday's pre-show, you'll see that I'm like, I need to get one of those, because she said she only had like, I think 6 of them or something like that. She didn't have that many. And so I wanted to mount it as soon as possible because it was bare rooted, and then take pictures or videos, and then go back to the show and show Melissa, the owner of Backyard Blooms, how beautiful it looked. One of my favorite mountings so far. Let me see, because it's pretty heavy. Look how perfect this worked out on this branch. Now there's a flower. Now it is a little bit wilted, only because it was in a box. It is coming back. I didn't think it was, but it is coming back. As you can see, I put moss, Spanish moss. Because when you put your dendrobiums free-rooted onto your mounts, it is very important you put some type of, hold on, because it is a pretty heavy, oh, no, not a good idea, Nell. I almost threw the sand on the floor because it's on a chair. You don't want to leave them dried out too long, because then you start losing leaves and it just doesn't look good. But look at that. Is that not beautiful? And it has that nice little ribbon of gold around it. But the labellum, that lip, is so purple. So pretty. I want to put the light on, but I know it's going to blow out the detail. So I'm just going to, and it matches my shirt. It's so pretty, I can dance with you all night. It does feel like I can dance with it. Let me not dance too much before I end up damaging it. But anyways, I thought this was an excellent, excellent mount for this Dendrobium. Very, very healthy leaves all around. And I'm hoping that the leaves don't fall, because you know, Dendrobiums tend to drop their leaves, which is not pretty, but that means that they're going to shoot more spikes. Some Dendrobiums don't drop their leaves, but we'll see how this does. And I'm hoping that it gives me another spike, like a nice fresh spike. But I am obsessed with this. All right, so that, whew, wow, that's heavy. That concludes my haul. Does not conclude this video, because I have a surprise that I did not want to tell you guys in advance, because I wanted to see how it went. And it's something that I normally don't do, but Mr. John Soto called me and said, I just looked at your What's in Bloom, and I released a What's in Bloom the week that the show is going to run. And he says to me, I saw a lot there that you can enter for judging. And I'm like, well, John, I love the whole idea of judging. I just don't like the idea of traveling with my orchids and possibly damaging them. And I said, I really don't think I would want to do that. I don't want to hurt any of my plants. And he goes, come on, just enter a couple. It'll be fun. And I said, you know what? Why not? Let's just do it. So I looked around and I got like 4 that I really thought were good enough for judging. Let me move this because I'm going to bring him here. And so the surprise is, here's one of them. This is my Princess Kiko. And Princess Kiko, if you guys recall, was in this container for a while. And so I said, you know, when you enter orchids to a judging, even though I don't do it that often, I do know a little bit of how to prep them for a show. And I spoke to my friend Wendy, just because she does a lot of the entering judging, so she knows what they look for. And she told me, you know, just make sure you do this and that and create this. So I had this beautiful cement pot. Here, I'll bring it closer. This is very heavy, by the way, because this is actual concrete. I got a 2nd place for my Princess Kiko. Again, washing out the whites. But isn't that pretty? You know, I've noticed that everything I've shown you guys today matches my shirt. I swear I didn't mean to do that. I put this shirt on because it's so gloomy today that I said I need something bright and colorful. No black today. But I cleaned all the leaves, hand cleaned one by one. And there's a way of doing it that leaves everything very, very perfect, I would say, for the show. And I added some black lava rock, making it really stand out with this white. So they awarded me a 2nd place for this beauty. So for the judges that judge this, thank you so much for taking my baby into consideration and giving her a 2nd place. There was some beautiful, beautiful orchids there. There was some that were just breathtaking. I really enjoy looking at the ones that other people bring, because you get to learn from other people that have been doing this for years and how they present things. And as I said, I'm not one to really enter my orchids because I don't like the traveling, but I enjoyed this so much that I don't know what may happen in the future. That was so much fun that I said, you know, I kind of see why so many people do stuff for judging, because it's exciting to learn and see what it is that the judges look at, what it is that they want, you know, an orchid to have in order to win a prize. And you actually learn a lot more when you do that. Now, out of the 4, I got 2 that were acknowledged for a prize. The other 2 were not. But the other one is one that Terry gave me as a gift for my anniversary. I don't know if you guys remember this, from BL Orchids. It's a gorgeous, gorgeous flower. Look at that. Look at that flower, how colorful it is. And lo and behold, it got a first place. Yay! I was so excited when I heard it. Wendy sent me a message and she's like, that's why I got there Saturday, by the way, because Wendy sent me a message. She goes, you landed first and second place in its category. I'm like, really? So I had to go and see them. So I ended up going Saturday. This is the Wang Jiho. Hold on, let me see if I can show you guys a name like that. There we go. And it's a very, very unique orchid. I love the fact that it has these long, stringy leaves, and then that cluster just pops out with color. And I did clean her out really well, got rid of all her like dried roots, polished. These were very hard to clean, by the way, because you have to go in between here, and you want to make sure that you're not going to crack the leaf, because that leaves it open for like here, I'll give you an example. Not that I did this, but see that? You don't want your leaves to have all these like browning, because I believe they do take points out from that, even though they're judging the flower. But you know, the whole thing has to look good. And when I saw this, I said, this is worthy of entering. And I'm so glad I took you, because you got a first place. So happy about this. My very first place. Let's see if I can put it here. So that was a surprise I wanted to share with you guys, because I know that I've told you guys before that, you know, I would love to enter. It's just that whole process of taking and then bringing back is the part that I don't like. And after I went through the whole experience, I said, you know, it's a small, minute thing to deal with compared to how much fun it was. Now, I don't know if it was a lot of fun because I got 2 ribbons. I'm sure that's part of it, but the whole experience itself was really, really good. The last time I entered something with my green flash, for you guys that haven't seen that video, was in Redlands, this show actually, I believe 2 years ago. And I ended up getting a 2nd place. And it was the first time I ever entered anything. So I was stoked. So I wanted to tell you guys, for my members videos, I'm thinking about doing a video showing you guys what are the tips and tricks to enter orchids for judging. Since I'm learning as I go, and I've learned a lot through my friends and through the judges, I would like to share that with you on a video. I don't know when I'll be able to put it out, because right now this week is really busy due to the Tamiami show, and I may hold back on a video, another video besides this one this week, because I'm gonna have maybe 2 videos for you guys for Tamiami. I'm gonna do the pre-show, and then I'm gonna go Friday, and I may record Friday as well, only because Mr. Bart, I was gonna say Bart Simpson, Bart Motes, my mind, Mr. Bart Motes, he called me and told me all these amazing new booths that are coming from out of town, internationally, from Brazil, I think Taiwan, and he got me so excited that I'm like, oh my God, I can't just record Thursday, I gotta do Friday too, because I don't wanna miss anybody. I never get every single vendor because it's just too many, but I am excited about these new vendors that he talked about, because they do bring new stuff to the table, and that's really what I want to show you guys, the new stuff. Because you know, after a while you start seeing the same orchids over and over, and it could get a little redundant. So I want to start branching out, no pun intended, to show you guys some really cool stuff that the international vendors are bringing. I think he's got like an extra 15 vendors or something like that. So on top of the fact that they already have a lot of vendors, I think over 100 vendors, if you guys can go to the show, I would suggest you get a 2-day pass for 2 days, or maybe 3 days, because you're not going to see it all in one day. I know that for a fact. I'm going to be there all 4 days. I wasn't going to do it, but I am going to do it because he sold me on that, and I'm like, well, I think I'm going to do all 4 days. Besides, I have so much fun with my friends that Saturday and Sunday will be more about having a good time. Now I am gonna wear my shirt, our Bubblies and Orchid shirt, on Friday, as I already told you guys. So if you guys wear your shirt, that is photograph day. Now I'm gonna try to videotape early in the morning on Friday so I can get that out of the way, and then go ahead and do the meet and greet, because I know that some of you will be wearing your shirts. You already send me messages that you'll be wearing your shirts, and you can't wait to meet me and to take pictures. So I'm going to try to balance those two things out, but it's going to be a blast. We're going to have such a good time. And Marlene, if you go to Tamiami, which I hope you do, I need to keep talking to you. Well, not talking, because it's going to be crazy over there. Over there, I will say this, guys. I have to keep the conversations short, not because I don't want to converse, because there's so many people at the show that I want to give a chance, an opportunity to other people. And some of my viewers, they hijack me, and then I get into conversations, and it'll be like 20 minutes, and I'll see people standing there waiting, and including my friends, like yesterday or the day before, they were like going like this to me, and they were hungry. And I was just yapping away like a parrot. So I'm gonna try to keep everything like 5 minutes or less, only because I want to give other people an opportunity. And I've gotten a lot of messages from you guys that say, oh, I saw you at the show, but you were busy talking to someone and I never got the opportunity. You were always busy and I didn't want to interrupt. So to make it fair on everybody, I'm gonna try to keep it at around 5 minutes. So if you see me cutting off, please don't take it personal. I'm not trying to be rude. I'm just trying to give other people an opportunity. Now, let me see, because there's so many things I wanted to tell you guys. Let me sit here. I'm tired of standing up. My feet are killing me from the whole weekend. I can't think of anything else. I know I'm gonna like end this show and forget. We're only at 37 minutes. I gained weight over the holidays. That's obvious. I'm trying to lose it back after all that weight I lost. I gained it all back during November and December, but you know what? I feel good. Da-na-na-na-na-na-na. So let's see, what else? What else do we have coming up? Apopka's coming up in April. We're gonna be doing that with the Orchid crew. Right after Tamiami, we have the Boca show, which is a Valentine's show. And then we have Amazing Thailand. That I am looking so forward to it. That one, guys, you gotta go. I know last year I only gave you like, I think a month or something like that, and it wasn't enough time to promote it. Everything was rushed. Pam found out at the last minute from Orchids in Bloom. She is the director and the one who establishes the show, and this is going to be her 2nd year anniversary. It's at the Buddhist temple here in Chrome. I can't remember the name, and I'm not even going to try to pronounce it, but all you have to put is Buddhist temple, not on Chrome, in Homestead. Buddhist temple in Homestead. There's only one, and you can see pictures of the place. It is absolutely serene, beautiful. When you step in that place, I kid you not, I'm not making this up. You step in there and your energy, your feeling, everything about you just shifts. You feel like you're walking on a cloud, and then all these beautiful trees and these vendors under these trees, and then they have like roosters and chickens all around, and they have amazing Thai food. It's just such a wonderful experience. I'm going to try to do the entire weekend with Pam over there, because I really had a good time last year, and I'm looking forward to this year. It's going to be even better because we have more time to add more vendors and to promote it. She will be sending me a surprise box, she said, to give you guys a preview of what's to see over there at her booth. She is going to bring it home. She told me that she's going to pack it with flowers. So I can't wait to receive that box and do an unboxing with you guys, to start getting excited about that show, because that one is one I would say is right now is one of my top favorites. And believe it or not, I'm looking forward to the Thai food. I'm gonna gain even more. But anyways, guys, I think we're gonna cut it here. It's 40 minutes already in. So I will see you in the next video, which will be the preview to Tamiami International Orchid Show. I hope to see you guys there. My name is Nelson. You're watching Nature Nell, and remember to always keep it green. I will see you very soon.